everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. Starting on the daily chart here, we are still in our cycle to move towards the upside where we have 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5. We are currently in a wave 5 of this impulse, and we're still looking probably for higher prices in one bullish scenario, and in one bearish scenario we have finished the bull run and then we are moving towards the downside. Now in your bullish scenario you have triple 1-2s, as you are looking at here at the white scenario where it has been already finished, and now we are currently in our orange scenario where we want to see of course a wave 5 towards the upside after having a WXY here for a wave 4 in the orange scenario, hitting around the 0.38 fib level. After that, once you get the all-time high and get a higher price, you would like to see one more wave towards the upside as for 5 for the yellow scenario, hitting all around the 130,000 K. Now in the bearish scenario where we have finished our bull run here, we have topped already for a wave 5 here, and that means your wave 4 here was longer in a correction, and rather than starting from 1, 2, 1, 2, we have started our 1, 2 exactly from this point here where we have already a W, X and a Y. Your wave W is a zigzag, your X is regular flat, and a triangle for your wave Y, A, B, C, D, E. Then after that we got a leading diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5 for a wave 1, and then wave 2, then 3, 4 and a 5, finishing with the highest amount of volume and for wave 3, and of course another high amount of volume lower than the wave 3 of course, and this is specialized for the wave 5. And that indication is of course that our bull run might have finished of course, and we are starting to look at a bearish scenario as probably 1, 2 or ABC here, still of course a short-term bearish in that case scenario. However, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is very possible. We don't forget our CME gap, that it should be closed soon or later. Now those are the daily scenarios for the bullish and the bearish. I would like now to move to the 1 hour chart to see the possibilities. So moving to the 1 hour chart here for the bullish scenario where we have of course bottomed for a wave 4 here in the yellow scenario and moving toward the upside. In your bullish scenario of course you would like to take the high here with a wave 5 in the yellow scenario and have a new all-time high. And in that case, you would like to see several 1-2s here as 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5, 4, and a 5. Of course, to reach higher and take the high, and of course, considering that this is a wave 5 in your yellow scenario. So in that case, of course, you would like to see that this 1, 2 or several 1-2s here work well for this scenario. But unfortunately, as we said yesterday, that the wave 3 might be very, very short here, and we might not reach of course as the target because the 1 hour and the 4 hour and KGT indicator and the RSI showed of course a potential of move toward the downside because of the overbought area in the RSI, and also the convergence with the KGT on the bearish signals. Now, and that of course open now a question mark. Are we continuing towards the upside, or are we already moving towards the downside with the bearish scenario? Because this is very, very possible, as we have here possible 1, 2 and then 3, 4 and 5 continuation towards the downside. And of course your wave 2 here is already in ABC, 3 waves up, 3 waves down for your B, and this was a finished wave C towards the upside, where your wave 2 as a wave C as well has finished exactly in the perfect green box for a wave 2. And of course by all means here I will go now to the bearish scenario on the 1 hour chart. So this is your bearish scenario where you have a 1, 2 right now, and then 3, 4, 5 towards the downside. Your wave C here, if you want to count it, it can be now count with this additional wave that we got yesterday. It can become a 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. Very simple, finished wave C towards the upside, and this of course will finish with it our wave 2 here for an impulse. And that opens the scenario for much more higher possibility right now to move towards the downside, as I said, because if we reach the fib levels, the perfect box for green box for a wave 2, as I always mention, and we start to see some kind of reversal and impulsively reversal, that might of course open the scenario for a bearish one. Now of course we would like to watch and see what's gonna happen. Now on the 15-minute chart here, we can see that yes, this has opened as well a bearish scenario here, where we possibly have an impulse again or a contracting leading diagonal. Let's go to the 5-minute a little bit just to count this wave towards the downside. Once we took the top here, once we took the high, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, and a C, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continuation towards the downside, it means a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So yeah, very, very possible to move, of course, towards the downside today. Yeah, possible that we give a little bit much more higher possibility for the bearish today, because as I mentioned yesterday, be careful that this might be a wave C for an A, B, and a C, and not really the bullish scenario where we still looking for higher prices. In case this happens and we finish between the green box and we start to see some weakness, which we are looking at it right now, and especially if we see some impulses, which is a contracting or leading diagonal in your wave 1, therefore the possibility goes higher for the bearish scenario. Now, of course, I would say the targets for a bearish are around the 79,000, where we have, I think, our CME gap. Sorry, let me check. Here we go. Yes, this is your CME gap around the 79,000, which is the 1.618 for this bearish scenario. I'm talking here about the big bearish scenario, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Of course, to take this as CME gap, and then still have, of course, 4, 5 towards the downside, and start to looking maybe for higher prices again. Until that time, we're gonna see what's gonna happen. That was it for Bitcoin. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.